Boss Fight Gaming. Get ready. Fight!
Hi guys, welcome to another achievement guide, Boss Fight Gaming here, and today we're playing Barry the Bunny. Now this is on the Microsoft Store. It's around £3.99 or £4.99 at its full price. Unfortunately, I don't know the rate that is in other currencies, but it's pretty cheap, let's put it that way. And you can get 1000 G in around 20 to 30 minutes following this simple guide. Now, this game is super easy, you probably don't even need a guide, but this guide is more to bring attention to the fact that it is an easy game for you to get the achievement points. Now, I am going to play through anyway, just in case there is a couple of levels that you might get stuck on. So if you want to follow along, please do so, and I'll explain what I'm doing as I'm going. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. Here we go. So from the main menu, we're going to create a new save file, so profile 1 or 1 to 3, whatever you like. You can read the dialogue here if you want to, but I'm going to skip through all of it. It just goes a little bit into detail about what you need to do, but I'm going to explain that anyway. There are two buttons on this game. One's to jump, the other is to attack. So X to attack and A to jump. It is a little bit more complex than that though, because it doesn't tell you that you can actually charge your attack by holding the X button. So if you hold the X button, you will charge your attack, and then you let go to throw it, and you can throw it higher and further. Now these carrots are your health as such, and the hammers are your throwing weapons. Now you need throwing weapons to kill enemies, and you need carrots to stay alive. However, these aren't the be all and end all, so you don't really need to go out your way to keep collecting them. Just get as many as you can on the way. There's plenty around, you'll sort of bump into them. If any of them are in difficult positions, I would recommend just ignoring them and moving on. So yeah, right after the beginning, we did collect a piece of wood there. We need to collect 3 pieces of wood to help an animal across to their home. So once you get to this part, we're going to press down and A to drop down, and then we're going to press A to jump up. I'm going to collect our second piece of wood for level 1. We might as well collect these collectibles on the left just because they're in range pretty easily. And then we're going to get our third piece of wood. Now once we've got 3 pieces of wood, top left of your screen, it shows you how many you have. See the little creature there below us, the yellow bunny? He needs to get home, and the only way to do that is to give him the wood. We build the bridge for him. And we do that by touching the sign with the 3 pieces of wood on it. So like that. He creates the bridge, and then we can collect the collectibles, and that's level 1 complete. So that's literally all you need to do to complete a level. Build the bridge, and then you're done. You will get an achievement there for collecting the potion, which was the little pea bottle. That's an achievement, so you will get that. Once you get down here, press X to throw an hammer into the hedgehog, and you will get your second achievement, which is the hedgehog achievement, and that's to kill an hedgehog enemy. Now you can come across here and get these little collectibles and stuff, but it's not really necessary as we have plenty already. Once you're done anyway, and you've done that first house, just move on to the level 2. Well, level 1 of 2. Once you move to level 2, you will get your level 1 achievement, which is to complete level 1. So we're already raking up these achievements, racking up, whatever the word is. There we go. Let's kill that guy. On level 2, the second part, should I say, we do need to go left to get the first piece of wood. Collect these hammers and stuff, and then we're going to go the top way. So jump on the moving platform and head up, and keep moving across. And keep collecting carrots where you can. Again, don't really need to go out your way. You will get an achievement for collecting 25 carrots and holding on to them. If you die, you will lose some of the carrots, so keep that in mind. But eventually, there should be no problem in getting that, because there's that many about. Now, just a little bit of a clue on your health here. So once you don't drop in the water, it's instant death. But you'll notice my character's appearance has changed. This is because his health. If you have a hard hat on, that's 1 piece of health. If you have sunglasses on, that's 2 pieces of health. And if you have a high-vis jacket or jacket on, security jacket on, that is the 3rd piece of health. So there's 3 pieces of health you can have. Now, jumping in water will kill you instantly. Bumping into enemies will take 1 piece of health off, and bumping into spikes will also take 1 piece of health off. We did just collect the last piece of wood there, so once we touch this sign, it will create the bridge. Collect these, and then that's level 2 complete. Just drop down when you're ready and leave on the right hand side. Level 3 is a bit more tricky because there's water. You can throw hammers at the fish as they jump, or you can just jump over them when they're in the water. Careful to collect that piece of wood there over the watery jump. On this part, just head over to the right. Don't bother trying to jump to collect them, but on this one you will have to, because you'll need to collect the wood. to jump and collect the wood and keep moving over. On the fish pot, either throw and kill them or just jump over whenever you're ready. Careful not to jump into them. The final piece of wood is at the top of the ladder on the right hand side, and then just drop down and touch the wooden sign on the right here, and again that will allow the creature to live and make it to his house, and then we can leave the level whenever we're ready. Okay, level 4, here we go. Right at the beginning, just throw a hammer through the wall into the hedgehog. You don't need to jump over and hurt yourself. It's easier just to kill him through the wall. Head over to the left and get your first piece of wood. Now there's collectibles at the top there, but I would recommend just ignoring them because it's just hammers and carrots. Head over to the right here. Now this part can be a little bit tricky. You may die a couple of times, but I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it. Make sure that you press up to go up the ladder, and then you can let go of the button as long as you've already pressed up. Now we're going to press right to go to next ladder, but we need to press up as soon as we're in line with it, otherwise we will fall to our death. So right then up, right then up, right then up, right then up. As long as you're doing that, you'll be absolutely fine. If you are just pressing right, you will probably just fall to your death. If you are pressing diagonal to try and land on the next ladder, you will probably also fall to your death. So remember to press right then up as soon as you touch the other ladder, and you will grab onto that. Second log's just at the top of the 3rd, 4th, 5th ladder, so do collect that. Drop down and kill the little furry creature. Be careful not to land on this one. Head down on the right hand side, I would recommend, and then jump to the left and collect the wood. It is a little bit tricky there, so you may take damage like I did, but don't worry about it, you should have full health. If you do die, you will start at the beginning of the level, but all the wood pieces that you've collected, you do not need to collect again. So keep that in mind. If you do die on any of these levels, you've already collected any pieces of wood. You won't need to go back out your way to get them again. Once you've completed this level, level 4-1, just move over to the right and leave. Move over up on the right hand side. Maybe chuck a hammer to kill the hedgehog as we're going up, just to get him out of the way. Wait at the top, jump up on the moving platform, and then land up next to the wood. And then drop down and kill the hedgehog. We don't need to go down that part because there's no collectible wood pieces. Here at the top you will see there's spikes. The dark blue ones will actually fall on you. You can either move to the right and let them fall, so move back quickly, or you can charge your attack and throw the hammer up into them and move them out of the way. It's as simple as that, really easily. Again, it's a little bit more tricky in this part because of the moving platforms. I would recommend trying to get them out of the way by throwing hammers. There we go, so that's them out the way. We will need to jump to get the wood there, so it is a little bit tricky. Make sure you do collect that. Once we've got that, just keep heading to the right, pressing down an 8 on the wood to jump down and getting our 3rd and final piece. Collect a few collectibles there and head back to finish the bridge. You will get your next achievement, which is to save 5 bunnies, which is allowing 5 bunnies to reach their home. So that's another achievement we got there. We are racking them up, and also 5 levels complete. Once you leave the level, you will get your complete 5 levels achievement. Again, super simple. This level can be a little bit tricky, so we are going to jump on the wooden platform in the water, and we're going to jump up and climb up the ladder. Now we do need to go to the left, so be careful of the hedgehogs on the platforms, and just keep heading over to the left until you get your first piece of wood. Then head back to the right, and again being careful of the hedgehogs. Drop down and collect your piece of wood. Now there is some fish here in the water, so you can throw your hammers from this point to kill them as they jump. You just got to time it right, like that. There's a couple more as we move across in the boat. You can avoid them by moving, or you can throw your hammers. It can be a little bit tricky, but again, just keep in mind that if you do die for any reason, you fall in the water or anything like that, you don't need to go back up to the top to collect the pieces of wood because you will already have it. So let's go. Again, you can throw hammers ahead of yourself, or you can dodge to make sure you don't touch those fish. We will need to head up to the top here. I recommend just jumping up this way and then dropping down onto the wood and coming back round instead of trying to jump on the moving platform. It's a little bit easier. You may hear me playing on the controller today because I am actually recording as I'm playing, where usually I record over with the voice afterwards just to make sure it's a little bit more clean. But because these levels are pretty quick and pretty easy to do, I wanted to make sure I was speaking in real time, as it's a lot more difficult to record over afterwards. But anyway, there's the house on the island at the top there. Once you've got all those and you've helped your little fairy friend to escape, move over to the right and leave the level. We are now on level 7 of 1. Now these platforms here, you notice that that one's quite smooth, the one with the carrot on top above me, and then these ones look a bit more furry, like the edges are a bit broken. That's because they are falling platforms, so we will need to get up there pretty quick before they fall down, so just to keep that in mind. So jump up these platforms and make your way up. Now if you want to collect collectibles without breaking the platform, you can just jump through them slightly and not waste them, because you do need some of these platforms, not in this level but in other levels, to get up to certain places, and if you do waste them, you won't be able to get back up to them in the same playthrough, so you would have to die or restart the level. Anyway, so right at the beginning of level 7, climb up the top and get your first piece of wood here on the island. Then we are going to drop down and kill these hedgehogs. I don't think there's a collectible this way actually. No, there's not, so you don't need to go back that way. Just go back up to the right and keep heading to the right hand side. Now this part, if you do waste these falling platforms, you won't be able to get the second piece of wood, and you will have to kill yourself or restart. As you can see, the wood is on the 3rd platform, so we'll need to jump across and get that. If you do let the platform fall, again you will have to restart, so try and get this piece of wood without wasting the platform. Make sure you get it like that, and hopefully you got it. If for any reason you didn't and you missed it, you will have to probably use this little fairy guy here to kill yourself, but I'm sure most of you did get it anyway. Remembering, any piece of wood that you have collected before you die will still be registered, so you won't need to collect them twice. Move over to the right and collect all these little collectibles on the falling platforms, and then we're going to head over inside this little area and we're going to go fetch that final piece of wood, which is next to the bees. You will get an achievement for killing the bees. Just throw some hammers at them, move over, collect the wood, and then go back over to the wooden panel, and you will release your little friend. Don't forget to collect your little goodies and then leave the level. So we are, like I said, really easy achievements. There we go, another achievement there for completing level 7. Now this level, guys, is one of the more trickier ones because you can waste the jump up platforms. Now at the beginning here, we need to go up and to the right, but these platforms here we need to use more than once, so try not to use more than 2 of them if you can. So there's 4 in total, technically 5, but the one on the right we can't really use. So there's 4 in total. Try only use 2 during this part of the level. When we come back, we're going to use the other 2, well, 1 hopefully, but 2 at a push. So only try and use 1. I would recommend potentially using this one on the far left. If you do want to collect the hammers, you can jump up through without actually collecting the platform. So just head over to the left. I'm going to jump up onto this platform and then up on top of that carrot there. So jump up here and then jump on top of the carrot. Then jump up to the hammer. And then we're going to use this platform to get to the wooden piece collectible. So jump on the platform, then jump over. If for any reason you did fall down, which I imagine a lot of you probably did, just jump back onto the platform on the left and work your way back up here. Try and leave at least 1 of the falling platforms, please. Once you've got the piece of wood, we're going to move over to the right, and we're going to drop onto this ledge here to the right. Try not to hit the spikes as you jump to the right. The spikes will fall here, so just move right and left. You see the dark ones above, they are the ones that fall, so right, like that, just while they fall, and that way you're not wasting hammers, and you can just keep heading right until they've all gone. So we have collected 2 pieces of wood. One was right at the beginning at the top, the next one was just here on this little island. We are going to go back and collect the final one. So once you get to this point, I would recommend just jumping up and collecting as much of this stuff as you can. And then we need to head back to the left. This is where it gets a little bit tricky. Again, if you die, you don't need to go back up to the top to collect the other 2. Just keep that in mind. So just head left here over the platforms to collect the 3rd and final piece of wood. And again, we have to keep going left because we have wasted the platforms, and that's why we went the top way first. Once we get back to this point, we do need to use these platforms to get up the top. So jump on one and jump up. Hopefully you didn't waste them all. If you did waste them all, you probably can just kill yourself because you do have all the wooden pieces now, and just go over to the right anyway, so it's not really a major issue. But if you don't want to die, this is the way you will have to come back over to the right and down here. Again, if you die after you've collected the wooden pieces, you do not have to collect them again. So at this point, there is plenty of climbing pieces to get up to the top. The only difficult part here is this little guy. He will kill you or hurt you if you try and jump up onto the panels while he's flying around. So do try and kill him before you go up. And we're just going to head... Oh, there's another one actually. There we go. We are going to head up to the top now, remembering that we need these wooden panels to get up. So they will fall, so try not to waste all of them. So I'm going to go up on the left, right, left, and then right at the top, we're just going to go over to our fairy little friend and deliver him to his house. Once you've done that, you only have to do it once. We can drop down and maybe collect some of these. If for any reason you fall down, you will need to use the platforms to help you get back up there. You can kill the guy and then leave. Again, you can do this at a much faster pace than me. I'm just trying to make sure that anybody that is struggling knows what it is that they need to do. You can jump ahead in the video, so you yourself can get as far ahead as you want and then wait for the video to catch up if you are struggling on a specific part. Anyway, on this level, 9 of 1, head up to the top of those moving platforms and then go on the boat. Now, you won't collect the collectibles for some strange reason, even though you are actually touching them. Don't worry about them, don't try and jump or collect them because the moving platform can make it more difficult. Just stay on the boat and just move over until the end, jump off the boat, and then make your way down past the hedgehogs. Once you get to the top, this is probably one of the more trickiest parts of the entire game that you will need to encounter. There are spikes over here, and as we move across the platform there are more spikes. Now we can't really throw and jump at the same time, so we will have to actually try and dodge them. Hopefully you've got full health, so you can take a couple of hits if you need to. If for any reason you die here, just remember that you only need to collect the wood once. So try and collect it as you go across, and then the next time you come over here, you won't need to jump to collect it. So we're going to drop on the boat now and you'll see what I mean. There are 2 spikes coming up, so don't forget to collect that and try and dodge those 2 spikes that fall. If for any reason you died, you will have to start again. Just keep in mind you won't have to collect the wood again. So next time just move left and right on the boat to avoid those spikes. Once you've done that area, just climb up here to the right and head over to the right. We're going to use these moving platforms to jump up, and we're going to go over to the left, collect the final piece of wood for this level and use it to free our little friend. And we're going to get the rest of the little collectibles there, and then we're going to head down and to the right, leaving the level. Once this level is complete, we are on the next level. Now we do need to collect this, and this platform is a one and only time use, so keep that in mind when you are going for it. So jump up and move to the left to collect it, and then we're going to jump back to the right where the hedgehogs are, trying not to fall down. So you might want to get rid of them before you try and jump, and then jump to the right and land on that platform. Now again, this is a one-time use. Oh, I didn't see that little guy hiding there. This is a one-time use platform, so jump up and then jump to the left. Try not to hit yourself on the hedgehogs. Keep coming over to the right, left. Now it depends on yourself whether you want to get that heal or not. It's up to you. It is a little bit difficult to land on it and land back, but it's completely up to yourself. I am going to collect it, and like an idiot I've fallen down. We can still continue though, so don't worry about it. So just head to the right once you've done that, and we can actually use this middle platform to jump back up onto this area. We're going to keep heading to the right because that's where the next collectibles are. So just keep heading to the right. We don't need to drop down there, all the way across the top. I'm going to get this collectible here at the top right, and then we're actually going to drop down onto the other one and collect that as well, just like that. Keep it in mind, guys, if you die for any reason, you don't have to collect them again. And then once we're back to the middle, we're going to jump up and head to the wooden platform and release our little fairy friend into his house. And we will get an achievement called 10 bunnies, which is, of course, to save 10 bunnies. We're going to head to the right after we've done that, and we're going to leave the level. Now this level looks a bit more scary than it actually is. Once we're at the beginning, we're actually going to use these platforms above our head to go up. So jump up, jump up, jump up, and then we're going to actually jump down here to get this first piece of wood. So down A, down A, down A. Ignore all the collectibles on the left, it's just wasted time. On this part, we are going to use this top platform to move over. So just drop onto it, jump onto the green areas, move over to the right, across the top if possible. If you do fall down, don't worry about it. In fact, I will show you what you would have to do if you've fallen down. You will be in this area if you did fall down with this moving platform. So just jump onto this moving platform, then you will need to jump up here. Now this part you will need to use the wood before they fall again. So get up to the wood above your head and collect it before all the panels have gone. If for any reason you didn't, again you'll have to die and come back for them. So just jump up here, collect the wood here which was on this middle. In fact, no you wouldn't, because there is. So you jump to the left, then jump up to the middle because there are actually platforms that don't disappear. Once you've done that, drop down and move over to the right. Try not to hit yourself like me. And avoid the spikes above your head. Unlike me, which has taken every single one. You can throw hammers at them, but I would recommend just moving left and right and trying to not take as much damage as I did. At the end there, climb up the ladder and move over to the left to collect the piece of wood. And then keep going left over to the house and to your little furry friend, which will then release him into his home and allow you to carry on. Now just jump back to the right over the spikes, try not to take any damage, and then up the ladder and down through the area with the goodies to collect. And then we're going to leave the map. Now that was a little bit tricky, but it does get a little bit trickier before we get our last achievement. Right at the beginning is our first collectible. We need to jump across these boxes onto this area. Now TNT, as you can see on the next jumping platform, there is a TNT. What happens is if you jump on it, it's a bit like Crash Bandicoot, it will flash and then eventually blow up. It's probably about 2 to 3 seconds. So jump on it and get off it as quickly as possible because it will blow up. So jump on it, get off it, and just keep moving on. Now Nitros, again another Crash Bandicoot nod, I think, from what I remember. I haven't played Crash Bandicoot for years, but I'm sure that they had TNT and Nitros. Again, TNT you can jump on for a limited time. Nitros, not so much, they will blow up straight away. So do not jump on the green ones at all. So we're going to jump straight over, all the way over, collect our second piece of wood. We're going to jump on the platform to the right, and then keep using it like a ladder to jump up right. And I'm going to go over to the left, remembering, should I say, not to touch any of the Nitros. So just jump between them like this, or you can use your hammer to destroy them. If you're too close, you will take damage though, keep that in mind. Collect your final piece of wood, maybe destroy some Nitros, and then drop down and make the bridge. And then move up to the top and make your way to the right and the exit. Again, if you are rushing through this, you can do it within 20 minutes. This video will be a little bit longer just because I am trying to show you where everything is and all the little parts that you may find tricky. Right off the bat at the beginning, we are going to jump on the TNT, then jump up to the left platform. So jump up to the left. Then we're going to jump to the right and hopefully land on there. It doesn't really matter if you do or not because we can do it again here. So jump to the right and then we're going to jump back to the left and land on the platform. Or we're not. If for any reason you don't, you can move over to the right. But I'm just going to kill myself here just because it's a lot quicker to go up that way. So jump on the TNT and then use this ledge to jump up and to the right, and then jump up again on the ledge above your head like that, because there are 2 pieces of wood here and here. Again, you can use a hammer to get rid of the Nitros if you don't want to jump over them. Collect your 2 pieces of wood and then continue to head across the top platforms all the way over to the right. Drop down on top of the TNT, then drop down again, and then once we drop down here, there are Nitros everywhere, so just destroy them. Move to the left and collect your final piece of wood. Now, just as we're going towards the end there, you will see the TNT on the right hand side of my screen. Do not destroy these because you will need them to climb up to the end of the level. If for any reason you have destroyed them, you will need to kill yourself, because you won't be able to get to the guy at the top. So just keep that in mind. Get that guy, collect your stuff, then move on to the next level. Once we're on this level, it does get a little bit tricky here. We're going to use this TNT to get on this platform above our head. So jump on the TNT, then jump around. Jump on the TNT, then jump around. Then jump on the TNT and jump around. Kill a couple of guys here just to get them out of the way. And then we're going to jump over on top of the TNT to make our way to the piece of wood. And we're going to keep going across the top of the map. Just keep following it across to the right, and then get down on top of the next piece of wood and keep going again to the right. Now we are going to drop down. You can see the piece of wood underneath the house there. We are going to drop down here and get that. If for any reason you fall off, don't worry. You can actually come all the way to the far right of the map and just jump up here, all the way to the top and then jump over to the platforms that you need. So don't have to worry about missing anything on this level. We are going to go over to the left here. Again, just drop off onto the platform. Jumping can be a little bit tricky, but once you got it, head over to the right again. Use these to climb up, and then jump to the left to get the end and get your collectibles. So collect those and then head out of the level to the right. And now this one can be a little bit tricky from what I remember. So yeah, on this level we can actually use the TNT like steps and go all the way up to the top. So just keep jumping on top of them and moving to the right all the way up until you get to the top and collect this. If for any reason you fell, I believe you can still make it up to the top without the TNT. Oh, try not to fall off. So yeah, you can get all the way up to the top anyway, but remember, even if you did, yeah, you can get to the top anyway. Collect that first piece of wood, then drop down onto this pile, immediately dropping onto the boat so you don't kill yourself. Jump over the Nitros there and collect the piece of wood. Do not land on it. You can throw an ammo as you're moving on the boat, but it is a little tricky. Once you've got that one, we're going to head up here to the right, killing the hedgehog. Drop throw and kill that hedgehog. Hopefully landing on the ledge as well, but if not, just make your way back round and collect that. Then make your way to the end and free your little furry friend. Simple as that. Okay, so now we're going to head down and head off to the right hand side and finish the level. Right at the beginning on this one, we're going to throw a hammer to destroy those things. We're going to actually charge our attack and get rid of the Nitros there, and then head up the ladder, collect the carrot and jump over to the left. If for any reason you wasted that platform, I think you can actually jump around. I hope you can after I've just fallen down. Oh, maybe not. I may have just messed up here. Let's find out. Yeah, I think I have. Yeah. I messed up, so yeah, if you did mess up and waste that platform, you will need to kill yourself. So just run into the nearest Nitros or Bumblebee. Again, throw that at the beginning. Throw that into there. Land on the carrot, jump over to the left as quick as you can before the platform breaks and collect your first piece of wood. Remembering if you die, you won't need to come back this way again. Head up the ladder again. Get rid of the Nitros by throwing some stuff. And keep heading over the platforms onto the right hand side. Get rid of that Nitros and potentially the Bumblebee as well. Keep following the platforms over to the right. If you did fall down, you would need to use these removable, these falling platforms to get back up here. And get your second piece of wood. Now, it is a little bit tempting to fall down on top of the Nitros there because it looks like you're supposed to jump on them, but you're not. What we're going to do is use these falling platforms to get down to the bottom, and then we're going to jump over all the Nitros without touching them. Be careful of the Bumblebees. Now, you can actually throw your hammers here to get rid of these if you want to do that instead. Otherwise, you can just jump over them. It's pretty straightforward either way. So just drop down till you get to the bottom, and we're going to use these platforms to jump over like this. Imagining there's Nitros there, all the way up to the top and to the finish. Oh, that's a B, not a collectible. So yeah, it's as simple as that, and then you can leave the level, potentially not killing yourself though. So I have actually finished, so I won't need to go back to the end again, because I have actually freed the guy. So you can just keep heading over to the right, because all of the collectibles are done, including the house there. So just leave the level when you have done. Now this one's a little bit tricky, because there are 2 or 3 pieces of wood that if you do not use a TNT properly, they will be uncollectible unless you die. So straight off the bat, using just the TNT, land on top. Now this one's a bit tricky. Do not bump into the side of the Nitros. Jump on top of the first TNT, then on top of the second, without touching the Nitros at all. Again, same on this one. Do not touch the Nitros. Now this is the one that you can miss. So we've got 3 TNT to land on top of. So keep that in mind. Do not touch the Nitros at the side. Jump over and collect the second piece of wood. Again, same on this one. Just use them as steps all the way to the top. Collect the final piece of wood here and free your little friend. You can get rid of those as we wait for the little fairy friend to finish. Head your way down and then leave the level. Right, on this one, we don't need to mess with these guys here. Just run over to the right, collecting the piece of wood. Same again, run over, make sure you jump to collect a piece of wood, otherwise you won't actually collect it. Keep heading to the right here. Now, on this bridge, we do need to go all the way to the right, so keep that in mind. There's a little gap there, which is like tempting you to fall straight down, but we need to get all the way over to the right. There is a Nitros that you'll also need to jump over, so get ready for that. Run to the right, jump over the Nitros, and collect your piece of wood. Just like that. Now we do need to jump back and go into the hole. So you can either jump back on top of the wood if you left any, or you can drop straight down into the hole, whatever you're more comfortable with. Just like that. And then release your friend to the end. And that is that level done. You can then leave 18-1. Right off the bat on this one, 19-1, we're just going to jump up and collect our first piece of wood. Now there is a Nitros there, so we are going to be running across falling platforms. So run to the right, jump over the Nitros, and then jump up to collect the second piece of wood before you land on the boat, as you saw there. If you did miss it, just fall in the water and go at it again. But once you're on the boat, move over to the left, and then we're going to start heading right. Remembering you can attack the hedgehogs through the wall. You don't need to be in the same chamber as them. Keep heading to the right. You just need to throw one through the wall there, destroying all those Nitros. Head down and collect the final piece of wood. Super simple. Head to the top and release your little furry friend. And then continue to head to the right. Level 20 here. For some reason, the monkeys kill each other. You don't need them for an achievement, so don't worry. There is a falling spike just to the right there, so if you want to get rid of that first, just charge your attack. Head over to the right here. Now we do need to start jumping up on these panels. You don't need the TNT for these ones though, so just head up to the top and collect your first piece of wood. I would recommend destroying the Nitros from here, wherever you can, including the little furry animals. I'm going to drop down and head to the right. You can again kill the hedgehogs and stuff by charging your attack and throwing them through the floor. Same with the Nitros, just get rid of it, get it out of the way. And get rid of as many creatures out of the way before you even head into that area. So once we've got that one, we're going to head to the top, jump on this TNT and move back towards the ladder. And then we're going to throw our hammers to destroy the two Nitros and collect our final piece of wood. And we're going to collect the POW from over here too. I call it a POW because it reminds me of Mario. It is just a potion though. Once you've collected that, come over here and chuck a hammer at the Nitros. And then head to the right and collect the final piece of wood, which is at the top here. We do need to head back to our little fairy friend, which is inside this chamber. Head over to the top, and you can just literally avoid that if you want. I'm just taking up time for no reason. Once you're on level 21, get the first piece of wood, which is right at the beginning, killing the monkeys. Again, you can kill these through the wall, you don't have to be in the same chamber as them. Once we've killed a few monkeys, we are going to head up to the top here and collect the piece of wood next to the Nitros. Now you can just jump up and collect it, or you can destroy the Nitros from the right side. We're going to destroy this Nitros too. Then we're going to drop down and kill these monkeys through the wall, just so we don't have to be in the same chamber as them. Now this piece of TNT here, this piece of TNT here, do not destroy, because if you do, you can't get to the top and you will have to kill yourself to get to the top. So don't destroy that one until you've been to the top. So use it to get up, preferably not getting stuck like me. Drop down, kill yourself if you messed it up like an idiot like me. Making me look bad on an easy game. Right, okay. Heading over to the right, killing as many monkeys as we can. Try not to get killed by any falling monkeys. Maybe collect a health regeneration there. Killing a few monkeys on the way, and remembering not to waste this TNT. So get the TNT, head up, make sure we get that collectible piece of wood, just in case we messed up again. Once you've got it, head over to the house at the end and out. I imagine you guys did it easier than me and actually didn't die. Anyway, once you've done that, leave the level. And we're in this next monkey level. We're going to climb up the waterfall by jumping on top of the logs. As they move down, we jump up to get up to the top. Head over to the right and collect your piece of wood. Try not to get hurt by the monkeys. And then we're just going to go straight past this next waterfall, because there's nothing down the bottom that we really need. collect your power up or your health regeneration. On the third waterfall, we are going to go down and collect our second piece of wood. Then I'm going to use the logs to climb up to the top. And we're going to get our third log by jumping on this waterfall, then jumping to the left, collecting that, then heading to the top to release our friend. We're very near the end now, guys. Not many more levels left to do to get the last achievement. Head out the level to the right. Right at the beginning of this level, we're going to collect our POW. And then we're going to use these platforms to climb over to get our piece of wood. And then we're going to continue along the top and keep going over to the right all the way to get this next piece of wood. Head back the way you came, then drop down where the monkey is, preferably not taking any damage. And head to the left here under the middle to get the final piece of wood. Careful of the falling spikes. Again, I missed that this time. Keep heading to the left and then go back up to the beginning and head to the right over the platforms again to the end where our little fairy friend is waiting for us. Release him and then head over to the far right of the screen where you can then leave the level. Just like that. This one, we do need to not waste some of these things. See the second Nitros at the far right of the screen there? They do have a TNT above them, which you need to get onto a level or a platform above. So do not destroy those second Nitros. These first ones is fine, but those second ones please do not destroy. Come over and collect that. As you'll see, there's a TNT box there that we need to use to get on onto a platform where we need to jump up. Careful throwing hammers at these guys, because if you miss, the hammer will fall through and destroy the Nitros. So we need to use this TNT to get up there to where that hedgehog is to get our next collectible. If for any reason you fell down or wasted those Nitros and the TNT, you will need to start that area again by dying or restarting the level. Once you've got that, drop down, not on top of the Nitros like me though, and just keep heading to the right. Now you can jump over here, it is a little bit tricky, so do keep that in mind. Jump onto this ledge and head around to collect the final piece of wood. Then head to the top and release your fairy friend, getting rid of all the Nitros and stuff on the right hand side. Drop down, collect all your stuff, and then leave the level. Now this is the boss level. All you need to do on the boss level is just keep running to the right, using the TNT as platforms as if they were normal platforms. Keep running over, jump up to the left, then up to the right above the spikes. Then we're going to throw hammers down onto the Nitros here. No, we're not. We're going to have to take a little bit of damage because the guy caught up. Charge attack to throw that one up to the top. And then just keep running to the right. It may take you a couple of times, but I imagine most people will get on the first try. Run across the platform and then wait for the boss to end. And he will kill himself, just like on Mario. Head out of the map and then we are on this map here. This is our final achievement map. And it is pretty straightforward. Just head to the right, killing a couple of snakes. Collect your first piece of wood there. Head up to the left. Kill the snakes through the wall. Again, you don't need to be in the same chamber as them. Keep heading to the left. Destroy those Nitros boxes with a hammer. Then head to the right. Jump over onto the middle platform to collect your box. Head over. Free the guy. Get your final achievements. Lots of bunnies achievements. Save the bunnies. And then we're going to head out the level once that achievement's popped, just so I can show you. And you should get your final achievement right there, which is a lot of levels. Complete level 26. Now, that is all the achievements for this game, guys. It has taken me around about 40 minutes or so, but you can do it within 20 minutes. It is really straightforward. This guide was really for anybody that was struggling, and also to bring attention to the fact that this game is so easy to get 1000 G on. Please consider hitting that sub button, guys. Like, comment, share, etc, etc. We really appreciate you. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you soon.
Boss Fight Gaming. You lose. Game over.